There's a tiny human on the screen.
What's up, Charlie?
Hi,
Mike.
How you doing, big girl?
Oh, she's so cute.
Oh, this is a good way to start.
All right, now to business.
Down to business. All right, so thanks so much for helping us out. I'm really glad that I have you guys working on this event. I mostly just want to go over the details of the game that you'll be affiliated with, and then the big picture and the flow of the evening is going to be in a briefing email that you're going to get a little later today. The game, so yeah, my agenda is just to go over the details about the event and to answer any questions that you have. Now, as it happens, Ashley was present for this very game last year, so she has a little bit of a leg up, which is helpful, I think, for the whole team. The game is called Danse Macabre, and it is for 10 players. And Ashley knows a lot of this. So there's only kind of one change to the game since last year, but I'm going to go over the rules as we're playing it now. So one of the cool things about this game is that it will be played with live musicians. John and Becky are going to be there. And inside the house, Ashley and Mike will be reffing the game. John and Becky will be playing their instruments, and Lola will be dinging the triangle. Outside the house, Jackie will be managing the cue. So let me pull up the Danse Macabre poster, and then I'm going to try a screen share with you. I'm getting real fancy.
So you glitched a little bit while you were who was doing what. I didn't hear my name in any of that.
You are the main host for this game, since you know it well. Yeah.
Cool.
So you're going to be basically leading the players with what to do once they enter the house.
Okay.
Last year we had you and Greg both reffing because based on the size of the room and the number of people moving, we thought it would be a good idea to have 2 refs. So you're going to have a second ref. Mike is going to help you ref. Lola's only job will be to ding the triangle. And Jackie will be managing the queue outside.
Okay, so I'll be doing, I think, what you were doing last year?
Last year I was dinging the triangle. So you'll basically be doing what Greg was doing last year.
Is there going to be someone who brings them in and but you were the person who brought them in and then explained it to them, I thought.
Right, exactly. Yeah, good point. Yeah, I was the one who brought them in and explained it. You will be doing that.
Yes.
Actually, Jackie will be guiding them in. Here, let me start by showing you. So yeah, Jackie will be outside the house.
I think that makes sense. The roles are just a little adjusted, but I get it. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, let's see here. Let's go with desktop. Okay, now I'm sharing my screen with you. Ooh, yeah, that's very meta. Okay, here we go. Tell me if you see yeah, windows within windows.
That's weird.
Yeah.
It keeps alternating back and forth between your screen and Ashley's face.
But your screen has my face too, so it's okay. Danse Macabre, there it is.
Great. This set of rules will be on an easel for the players to see while they're standing in line before they enter the house. Jackie will be there managing the queue, and she's also, because this is a succinct version, it's only the version of the rules that can fit on the poster. And there actually might be a couple word changes here, but no, this all looks correct. Okay. So Jackie will be able to answer the players' questions while they're in line, so hopefully by the time they enter the house, they'll have a pretty good picture of what's going on. But then Ashley will be able to basically complete the onboarding process. So 10 players enter the house, 4 begin as ghosts. I'm just going to read this through and then I'll go back and fill in some of the additional details. Ghosts pick their starting dance partners and positions. The ghosts begin the dance as the lead. Every time the triangle chimes, each lead takes 1 step to either the left or the right. Partners move with them, staying opposite the leads. If 2 players occupy paired switch points at the same time, they must trade places. When a player enters a circle, they take the lead. The two players in the center circle simply move clockwise with every chime until they switch with another player. The triangle will chime 12 times per dance. Any player partnered with a ghost when a dance ends receives a black mark and switches status with the ghost. At the end of the 3 dances, the living player with the fewest black mark wins. Now, that probably doesn't make a lot of sense, but it will make a little more sense when I show you this, which is what the floor is going to look like in the room. This is what they're dancing on. Do you see this diagram?
Yes.
Cool. Okay. So let's begin. Let's go, and I'm going to go back to the rules here. 10 players enter, 4 begin as ghosts. When you've got the 10 people who are closest to the front of the line, who are ready to enter, Jackie, you're going to give each of them an invitation. The invitation is just a piece of paper. We haven't designed it yet. But 4 of them have a black light mark on them. So there's just a little bit of razzle-dazzle. We're going to give each of them an invitation and then shine a black light on it, and that's how we'll discover who the ghosts are. So it's random who the ghosts are to begin.
Okay.
But Jackie, you will know who the ghosts. Everybody will know who the ghosts are, and when they discover it by looking at their invitation, you're going to give them a glowing necklace and collect the invitations. The invitations always remain outside with you. You hand them out to the players. You use black light to reveal which of them say deceased and indicate they're ghosts, and then you give out the glowing necklaces to the 4 players who are ghosts. Then when the game inside the house ends, the 10 players who are inside will leave, and then the 10 players who were at the front of the line go inside. So now Ashley and Mike and Lola have just received 10 players, and 4 of them are wearing a glowing necklace. So Ashley will say, I see I have my dancers, I see I have my ghosts. Each ghost, please select a dance partner. And then the ghost will stand on one of these gray spots. Do you guys see my cursor when I move it like this? No, you don't see my cursor? Okay. But you see that there are 4 gray spots around the exterior of the diagram?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And each gray spot is directly opposed, ignoring the center circle, each gray spot is opposed a different colored circle.
Correct.
So the 4 ghosts will stand on the gray circles, and the partner who they chose will stand opposite them on those colored spots.
Okay, now in the diagram I see 2 blue spots. Is that accurate?
Yep.
Okay.
2 blue, and then on the opposite diagonals, there's a yellow and a red.
Okay.
So now what you'll have is the 4 ghosts and the partners that they chose occupying the outside. The middle circle, which is smaller than the others and contains 1 red, 1 yellow, and 2 white, that will be unoccupied. The 2 players who were not selected by the ghosts start on the red and yellow circles. You with me so far?
Yes.
Okay, that's the starting position. Now, at this point, Ashley will say, okay, the players are all in place. I'm going to demonstrate how the dance will work. So you will cue Lola to ding the triangle. You'll say, please ding the triangle. You can decide if she has a different name, but you'll invite her to ding the triangle. And she'll say, oh, wait, I left one thing out. The 4 ghosts who start on the gray circles, they're wearing the glowing necklaces, and they'll wear those for the entire dance. However, you're also going to give each one of them a fan, a Oriental-style fan. The fan indicates who is the lead in each of the 4 exterior circles. The small circle in the middle does not have a fan and does not have a lead. But the 4 ghosts begin with the fan. The fans will change hands during the dance. The necklace will not. The necklace stays where it is until the music stops, but the fans change hands during the dance. So each time the triangle dings, the 4 leads, which in this instance is the 4 ghosts, they all take a step to their left or their right. That's the only choice they have to make, step to the left or step to the right. The person who is opposite the ghost has to move as well, and you always keep your sing directly opposite from the ghost. So let's take a look at the top right, the top left circle, which is a yellow dot and a ghost. The players are touching their hands together at the center of the circle. If this ghost moves to the left, he takes a step to his left, then the yellow dot will also take a step to his left, and now he's in the top position. So the player who has the fan is the lead. The lead gets to make a choice about moving to the left or right, and his partner has to just move so that they remain directly opposite the circle from each other. Now, just let's discuss the two players in the center. The two players in the center, there's no lead, and they actually don't have a choice. They simply move one spot clockwise every time the triangle dings. Now you'll notice that several of the positions on the diagram are marked with arrows. They have an exchange arrow between them. Those are switch points. So let's go back to that upper left corner with the ghost and the player on the yellow spot. Let's say he makes that same move. He moves to his left. Then directly below him, there's a ghost partnered with a blue spot. Suppose on that same first ding, he moves to his right. When that happens, the top left ghost and the bottom left player who started on a blue spot, they will be occupying two spots that are connected by the arrows, which is to say they're on a switch point. When that happens, those two players trade places. When you trade places, if you enter a circle, you become the lead. That means that you take the fan. So the player who started on the blue dot, he didn't make a choice. His partner, the ghost in the lower left, he made the choice. He moved to the right. The blue player then moved to his right and got switched out. Now, the ghost who started in the upper left has been switched into the lower left. So you've got two ghosts in the lower left. The player who just entered the circle takes the fan. So in this instance, the blue player who got switched into the upper left circle would take the fan from the ghost as they trade places. And the ghost who enters the circle on the lower left takes the fan from the ghost who started there. When you get switched into a circle, you become lead and take the fan.
Okay.
The switches for the center circle work the same way. The players who start in the center circle, they don't have any choice. They just move one step clockwise each time the triangle rings until they get switched into a circle. Once they get switched into a circle, they take the fan, they become lead, and now they have a choice. So if you're in the center, you're like, whoa, what? I'm just stepping from circle to circle. I don't make any choices. Yeah, but that doesn't last for very long. You then get switched into one of the four exterior circles, take a fan, become lead, and you get to make a choice. So going back to the 10 players who just entered the house, 4 of them are wearing glow necklaces. They pick their partners. They get set up. The 2 players who didn't get picked, they go to the middle. And Ashley says, let's do a demonstration. Please ring the triangle. Lola does 1 chime. And Ashley will say, the players who have the fans, make a choice. Step to your left or to your right. And once they do that, say, when they move, remain opposite. Every partner moves so you are opposite the lead. Now at this point, the chances are very good that with only 1 triangle chime, somewhere on the floor, there will be a pair who is on a switch point. If that's the case, you can then demonstrate how the switches work with the fan exchange. And then once you've demonstrated that and have the players move and exchange the fans, and now you're the lead, you may want to have Lola ding the triangle 1 more time and have them move 1 more time now that a new lead has been established in at least one of the circles. And then say, that's it, that's how the game works. Okay, everybody back to 1, back to your starting positions, back where you began. Then you'll tell them that the triangle will chime 12 times. At the end of the 12th chime, after the last move is made, any player dancing with a ghost gets a black mark. And what's more, at that time, the glowing necklace gets switched over to that person. If you're dancing with a ghost, you become a ghost. If you're with a ghost when the music stops, you become a ghost when the next round begins. And then at this point, you can clear the board and reset. There will be 3 dances in total. Each one begins the same way. Ghosts pick a partner, go to any one of the 4 exterior circles. The 2 remaining players go into the middle. And then you'll do dance number 2, another 12 chimes. Now, it is possible that when the music stops, the ghosts can be dancing with each other, which means they still get black marks, but it's really good if a ghost ends the dance with a living player, because then he gets to get rid of his necklace. If 2 ghosts are dancing with each other at the end of the song, they don't get to get rid of their necklace. They're still wearing them, and they get black marks besides. The second dance plays the same as the first. You'll clear the board and reset. The third dance happens. At the end of the third dance, the necklaces may be exchanged. You will now have 4 ghosts, same as always, there's always 4 ghosts. Of the 6 living players, whoever has the fewest black marks is a winner. The winner will have 0, 1, or 2 black marks, because there's no way they can get 3 black marks unless they end the third dance as a ghost. And if you end the third dance as a ghost, you can't win. It is possible that the way a person could win with 2 black, well, okay. If you manage to avoid dancing with a ghost all 3 rounds, you will end the third song with 0 black marks, and you will win, or at the very least, tie for a win. It is actually possible for this game to end in a 6-way tie. If all 6 of the living players at the end of the third song have 0, 1, or 2 black marks, it could be a tie. That's fine. That's no problem. Now, how could somebody win with 2 black marks? It's not very likely, but it would have to be that everybody had 2 black marks. And then the players who were not dancing with a ghost when the third song ended had 2 black marks and tied with anybody else who had 2 black marks. For the player or players who win, they get a tiny little key as a prize. For the ghosts who win, or no, sorry, not the ghosts who win. For the players who end as ghosts, they get to keep their glowing necklace as a little giveaway. So they can then leave the house and go on to another house with the necklace. And at that point, Jackie will send in the next 10 players, 4 of whom are wearing necklaces, and the whole thing begins again.
Okay. So a question just on things that seem different from last time. So the necklaces switch at the end of each dance.
Right.
Who the ghost is. So if someone was a ghost, then they give their necklace to their dance partner.
Yep.
And then who all gets the black marks? Everyone who was dancing with a ghost. So all the people who are receiving a necklace get a black mark?
Yes, that's correct. That's a good way. That's a good way to think of it. Exchange the necklaces, then go around and give a black mark to everyone who's wearing the necklace.
Yeah.
That's a good way to think of it.
Great. So someone could get a black mark 2 times in a row if they end with a ghost. So if 2 ghosts end together, then they both get black marks.
Exactly.
Got it.
So, Ashley, once the dance begins, once the players are clear on what they're doing and the music starts, Ashley and Mike, your main job, and you'll be at the 2 opposite ends of the room. Ashley, closer to the musicians, and Mike closer to the windows. Your job is to just make sure that each time the triangle dings, that the leads all move, and that their partners move accordingly and stay opposite them, and that the 2 players in the middle move, and that any switches get carried out, and that all the fans end up where they're supposed to be. So that's a lot of people to keep an eye on and make sure that they all do what they're supposed to do. That's why I have 2 of you.
Right. And also, so when the ghost or when the lead is leading in the 4 circles on the edge, it's either left or right. There is no option where they trade the fan, right?
Oh my gosh. We had that last year, didn't we?
That's why I was asking, because when I was looking over the note cards, I was like, oh yeah, that was a thing, and you didn't mention that. So I'm just making sure that that's...
Yeah, that's a thing. That's a strategic choice.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, we didn't omit that intentionally. We just forgot about it. I didn't even remember that until just now.
Okay.
Yeah, we're keeping that. That's a choice.
Dang, I was so excited. I was like, great, it's easier.
Let me double check with Greg because I know he will be surprised as well. I'm glad that you have those cards. I completely forgot that rule. No, I kind of want that to stay.
Okay. So then they get a fan if they enter a circle, or they get a fan if the lead trades the fan to them.
Yeah.
If you keep that rule.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that was, and then the only other change was just deciding how they start with the necklaces, not with the 4 people already being dead, and they don't have to be on the colors of their team or anything.
Exactly. Yeah. That's because there's the version that we rehearsed last year had a total linear narrative where 10 people began and played through, each eliminating somebody one at a time and creating grudges and so on. These 10 people haven't done anything together. They just happen to be in line at the same time. Right. So we wanted to switch. This is like festival play as opposed to like the bespoke experience. So we just want the people who are the ghosts to have a chance to win.
Okay.
The one other thing that Jackie is responsible for is that the players entering the house will all have a passport with them, and they get a stamp on their way in to show that they played this game.
Okay, so I have 10 invitations that stay outside with me the whole time. And 4 of them have black light marks, and those are the ones that I hand out necklaces to, and there's going to be enough necklaces to hand out to anybody who comes to play because they end up keeping them at the end of the game.
Oh, Jackie, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, great. That's wonderful. So they get a stamp on their way into the house.
Right.
Yeah. So then, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead, Jackie.
I said, so I give them a stamp when I hand out when I collect their invitations back, and I hand out the necklaces, and there's going to be enough to hand out to everybody, even though I'm keeping the invitations, because they end up keeping their necklaces, right?
Yep. That's all correct.
Cool.
What else? I feel like that's all the information that I intended to share. What other questions are there? I know it's a tricky one. Oh yeah, and Lola, who hopefully will be watching this later, lucky Lola, her only responsibility is to chime the triangle 12 times. Now this was my job last time, and just being able to concentrate silently in your head on counting to 12 and not letting yourself get distracted and go, am I on 8 or on 9? Like that's one person's job. So that's why that person doesn't have any other job. We're like, okay, we need 2 refs and 1 person to ding the triangle. Can we combine those roles? No. So Lola will simply spend from 7 to 11 p.m. counting to 12 in her head over and over again and dinging a triangle.
Oh my gosh. I hope you can handle it, Lola.
Well, I hope that she's able to have fun with the character. Like I was very happy that I was able to book you guys all in the same house. So I hope that you'll all be able to have fun interplaying with one another. And so then that kind of leads to my next subject, which is, do you have any questions? Or let's see, I know that Ashley and Jackie, both of you indicated to me that you may have some costume options. Ashley, what you did last year was fine. Jackie, you said you had something vintagey that you were going to see if it was still a good fit.
Yeah, I haven't tried it on yet.
Okay. Let me know if you have any. I mean, whatever you can muster will be great. And then Mike and Lola, you guys are not on this call, but you'll get an email from me saying if you have costume issues, write me back and let me know.
I only kind of remember what I wore last year. I think I basically remember. It's just supposed to be like Victorian-esque long.
That would be nice. You were kind of a like ghostly debutante.
Yeah, I think I had a long white dress and a bustier over it.
I think that's correct.
Okay. Yeah, I think I remember what I had on.
Your instincts are right. Whatever you think is going to be the right fit. You know the drill.
Yeah. Should I bring my own fan?
You may absolutely bring your own fan. That's great. We have the fans we have are actually surprisingly nice. So
do you have extras like for me to have one besides the 4?
yes, we do have extras.
Great, then I'll use yours.
Cool. Yeah, I know as we're gathering props up for this event, I'm trying to have as few of my own like personal things go into this game because I have no idea how the public is going to treat them. I hope everybody who is present will be on their best behavior. We have over 100 tickets sold.
Woo!
Yeah.
What's your cap?
We're going to try to cut it off at around 170 because beyond that, there'll be people playing every game, people in line for every game, and then people who need to wait for 2 games to finish before they get to play.
Are you doing any ticket sales at the door, or is it only sold online beforehand?
It depends. If we sell out, we won't do any ticket sales at the door. One of my tasks for today is to try to figure out how to make Square work with my iPad if it's not connected to the web, so we can take payments at the door.
You can do Square when it's not connected online. You just have to authorize that, like, I'm okay with it not connecting right now, and then the next time it connects to the internet, it'll run all of them through.
That's great. That's good to know. I just need to practice it so I'm not doing it for the first time on Sunday night.
Sure, but they're able to do that. At the Garage Theater, we have Square, and sometimes our internet's weird, and we are always able to do credit card payments, and then it just processes later. Awesome.
Do you guys have any additional questions about Danse Macabre? Oh, and Jackie, I know that there'll come a point where you need to tap out for a little while. At that point, Greg and I are not assigned to a particular task. We'll just be available to put out fires. So I'm expecting that he or I will take over the queue management duties when you need to pump.
Perfect.
And we should be able to get you, let me just make sure what room you'll be in where you can have privacy.
Cool.
There was a couple back room, or are we doing it in the same house?
Yes.
There was some area in the back in that house.
Yes.
And I think upstairs maybe? Or we weren't allowed to go upstairs. It was roped off, huh?
Not in the Ford house, but there are other houses with an upstairs we might use. We'll make sure that you have privacy for that. Or you may be able to use a restroom also.
Okay.
Okie doke. If you guys think of any other questions, let me know. And I'm going to share this with the rest of the team.
All right.
Cool.
Thanks, you guys. Briefing memo coming later today. So excited to have you play. This is going to be a really fun night.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
See you on Sunday.
See you on Sunday. So we're supposed to be there at 5:30. Is that
Yes,
right?
please. Yep.
Cool.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.